Deuteronomy 22, verse number 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination to the Lord thy God. It doesn't say the clothes are the abomination. It says the person is the abomination. It doesn't say the clothes are the abomination. It says the person is. Are you saying that my wife is an abomination when she wears pants and jeans? Yes, that's correct. She is an abomination. That's correct. Because if I wore a dress or a skirt, I would be an abomination to God. And any woman that wears pants, jeans, or cutoffs, or whatever they are, I don't care if you've never heard this before or not. I don't care if you change your opinion on this. I don't care if your wife changed her opinion, your daughters changed their opinion, your granddaughters changed their opinion. I don't care if Pastor so-and-so changed their opinion. It don't matter to me. God said they're an abomination.
This video is another example of someone reading something into a passage that really isn't there. To see what I mean, I want you to consider two questions. First, what does this verse teach? And second, does a woman wearing pants violate what this verse teaches? What does this verse teach? Simply put, Deuteronomy 22:5 is a prohibition against wearing clothes of the opposite sex. The purpose of this prohibition was to maintain the God-given distinction between men and women. That means women weren't supposed to make themselves look like men, and men weren't supposed to make themselves look like women. Just as some of the Mosaic laws were meant to keep Israel distinct from foreign nations, this law was meant to keep men and women distinct from each other. Now, the moral principle standing behind this Old Testament prohibition also appears in the New Testament. In 1 Corinthians 11:14 and 15, Paul calls men wearing long hair a disgrace because in his culture, that's how women wear their hair, and Paul doesn't want men making themselves look like women. So just as clothing can be used to subvert or blur gender boundaries, there are some hairstyles in Paul's day that blurred gender boundaries. While there is a consistent moral principle in the Bible that tells us not to cross gender boundaries, the Bible doesn't tell us what specific clothes cross those boundaries. That's because these things are culture specific. For example, if I wore a miniskirt to make myself look like a woman, trust me, you don't want to see that. I would be violating this principle. However, when a Scotsman living in Scotland wears a kilt, he wouldn't be confusing anyone about his gender, so he wouldn't be violating this principle. This leads to the next question. Second, does a woman wearing pants violate what this verse teaches? Or to be more specific, we could ask, when most women wear pants, are they trying to blur boundaries or create confusion about their God-given gender? The answer is no. Most women who wear pants today are trying to highlight their femininity, not hide it. In fact, if you saw, say, actress Emily Blunt wearing pants, would anyone think to themselves, is this a man or a woman? I just can't be sure. Of course not. Are there some women out there who wear pants to help create an androgynous appearance? Sure. But in those cases, it's not merely the pants that are creating the confusion. There's likely a number of things that help give a masculine appearance and blur the gender boundaries. It's not specifically the pants. So after carefully considering what this verse teaches, we can be sure that women can indeed wear pants.